Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's a beautiful beginning of the week, and it's more beautiful guest honor of today's, who is Dr. Nabi Berkut from International Law Department. So, hello, Doctor. How are you today?
Hello, I'm very good. Thank you very much. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure, and thank you so much for joining us today for our new session of our project, Let's Be Connected, where we are having the live conversation interaction with our lecturers and professors. So today, I believe we're gonna provide some information about International Law Department. Thanks to you so much.
Thank you very much for the invitation, the this project.
Maybe start with could you give some brief information about yourself and how did you come up to join our big Near East University family?
Okay. As you say, my name is Nabi Berkut. I was born in 1990 in Nicosia. Um, I did my bachelor degree in the Greek side in Cyprus. After that, I applied for the EU scholarship and I went to United Kingdom for my master degree. And after that, when I came back, I applied for the lecturer training program of the nearest university to do my PhD and become an assistant lecturer as well. So in 2014, I started my job and the PhD, and I finished my PhD last January. And since then, I'm working as a head of the International Law Department.
That's excellent. Very nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Speaking about International Law Department, could you please introduce about the subjects and topics that this program covers while students are studying?
Of course. Um, Actually, the program was established in 2013, 1 year before I came to Nias University. Since back to that time, we had only 4 students. And the program based on common law system, but offering international law and European law as well. So actually, it is a kind of very unique program in the worldwide that giving the students a comparative law systems as well. Apart from giving the first degree in law, our program has master program and the PhD as well. And right now we have more students more than from 20 countries.
That's very nice. What about the mainly subjects? So, as you mentioned, it also covers European law and international law, right?
Yeah. As I said, it based on common law, so we're following the United Kingdom law system actually, as
Okay.
Cyprus was also a colonized country by United Kingdom. So in the first 2 years, we're giving courses like very core courses: constitution law, contract law, English legal system, history of law, and so on. And after from the second year, we start to give more courses regarding international law, law of the sea, humanitarian law, human rights, and European Union law. So actually, after the base common law, we apply international law for the students.
That's very nice. What about assessment methods that is being used for the students to evaluate their progress?
Um, Well, we believe as an institution that a law student should express him or herself, written and oral. So in the assessments, we apply 3 different methods. First, we want the students to give us a research-based assignments, and after that, in-class presentations, and at the end, of course, a classic examination style written exam.
Okay.
So it's in 3 ways. In three
It's
methods.
also it includes also midterm exam, right? And final
Yeah,
exams.
Yes, midterm
Uh,
and final exams, but we it's up to the lecturers. But we use this method very much in the master degrees as well. We're giving research assignments and in-class presentations.
That's very good. What about the opportunities for the students who would like to broaden their understanding? For example, if they do not understand some subject, how they can get better understanding about it? What kind of facilities maybe there is available?
Um, First of all, I want to mention about a couple of points that we're using in our department. We do offer optional courses for the students from other faculties like sociology, political science, international relations, which make them to have education interdisciplinary. Apart from that, we're giving optional courses in our program that broaden their knowledge about the core courses they are already taken. So if they have any problem about their core courses, with these optional courses, they do have a second chance to improve themselves about those courses.
That's very nice. I think that it's very good idea, the students, that they do not only get the education about law, but they also can get some also ideas about the other subjects, other programs and topics as well. As you said, it's giving interdisciplinary option for the students. So it's very nice for from the department, this option for the students. Thank you so much. Continuing about the better understanding and education of this for the students, does the department has like mandatory requirement for the summer training programs? Is there such a requirements for the students?
No, we don't have such a requirements. The first reason about this, as you know, law is a bit different than other professions. So every country has their own legal system, and they have their own requirements. So we do not apply any summer training programs for these students, but we believe that the theoretical knowledge should be get stronger by the practice. So in our department, we have law clinic and moot court. We establish a moot court teams among from our students, and they went to Istanbul and Leiden in Netherlands for the competitions, and they even get success in the international platform. So instead of these outside training programs, we applying it in our department.
That's very good. I believe it's for the students. It's very excited to have such a practice, especially internationally, because it's all about what they most of the students gonna do in their real life after the study. So it's nice that they are already practicing it during their studies.
Yes.
From your teaching experience, Dr. Berkut, could you give some information, in your opinion, what qualities do successful student possesses who studies this course?
Um, well, of course, people who are applying to the low education, they do have humanities intelligence, social intelligence. I believe that. But the intelligence is not the key part. I believe the passion is the key point for the success, because the students who are um, going classes and study hard continuously, getting the success at the end. So I believe that the willing to work hard and the ambitious is the key for being successful. That's the my experience from the students that I taught before.
Yes, I believe the passion as well is the vehicle for the students who push them through their education years, that they would not give up and continue studying the program that they chose and they wanted and is willing to get graduated. And of course, in the future, it would be their profession as the job from the job perspective. Yes. Also, as you mentioned, that we have some postgraduate programs. So, does the students continuing their postgraduate studies, and what would be the advantages for the students to study master or even PhD degree?
Um, well, there are serious number of students who continue their postgraduate studies in our department. Well, the bachelor degree provides fundamental knowledge to the students in order to be able to work in their profession. But the postgraduate studies giving the education for those who desire to be expert on more specific area. So it increases the chance of the job opportunities in that very specified field. So, for example, if a person wants to be a human rights lawyer in an international organization, the our program is very organized about that area, because the international law master program giving the international law in the master degrees, and also the other international law fields, humanitarian law, human rights law, which make that person to be more specialized in those areas. So the master degree will help them to get there at some point.
I would also like to ask a little bit more specific to this question. For example, if the student, as you said, wants to be more specified in the human rights, let's say, the master program is also the general program who educates the students in the general subject like aspect, or the students at the end can specify the profession exactly in which area they want to be more how to say specified specialist as well.
Um, I'm going to answer as I understand the question. So the program is International Law LLM
Yes.
Master Degree. So we're offering 7 courses and the thesis. So these 7 courses out of 10, the students have chance to choose their 7 courses among those 10 or 11 courses. So these courses includes international economy law, international law of the sea, humanitarian law, aviation law, arbitration law, human rights law. So the students will take all these courses, but as the students know what she or he want to be specialized on, they will choose their thesis on that specified topic. So it will say at the end in the degree international law LLM, but the thesis will show on which field they get specialized.
Yes, thank you so much. That's exactly what I asked about. That, as you said, that there is those courses that they can select the number minimum of 7, right? So, thank you so much for such a great answer about it. Also, continuing, what is the most important for the students? It's the job opportunities. So what they will do and what they can do after they graduate. So maybe you can also shed some light on what would be the difference of job opportunities for the ones who graduated from bachelor degree and the ones who graduated from master degree as well.
Okay. On a successful completion of this program, the students will be able to employed in the fields relevant to the legal profession, such as advocates, lawyers, judges, notaries, legal consultants, private and public organizations, non-governmental organizations, and private companies. Um, but if they do master as well, they do have chance to go on and get a job in the academic area, or they will get these steps faster than the undergraduate graduates. So the fields maybe stay same with the graduates and the postgraduates, but the postgraduates will have one step further to have the chance to have better job opportunities.
Okay, that's very good, especially that we do offer the master and PhD programs for the students. So the ones who would like to get further, of course, there is the opportunity at our university to do so.
Yeah,
Uh,
one of
that's
our
very good.
postgraduate is now research assistant in our department as well.
Well, that's really excellent.
Yeah.
Also, about the current and already graduated students, we know that sometimes students are reaching out for their lecturers, professors. So, what about your department? Is there opportunity for the students to reach out, even they are graduated, and also for the current student for help or assistance if they need some additional knowledge or advice?
Yes, of course. I mean, they already doing this. They can apply for the advice during or after the education to us. Actually, before our live streaming, I get a WhatsApp message from one of my former students from Canada. So he was asking about some ideas. So these students can feel free to apply for us. Our lecturers, our assistants will always try their best about helping students out via email though, because usually the phone numbers will get around everywhere and we get 24/7 phone calls.
Yes, of course, that happens. About one more very specific thing, which is very important for the student, especially international students, since our university is very international university in respect to that we have so many students from abroad. What about the accreditation of this program and diploma?
Okay, as I mentioned in the very first minutes of our interview, every state has different legal systems. So this is same for all the countries, that when one student graduate from a university from another country, when they went back their home country, they may require to have couple of more low subjects to get their license to be a lawyer in their home country. But regarding the accreditation, our law program is very strong in that mention, because we have, as I said, students from more than 20 countries, and we are getting our accreditation from different countries. Actually, in the February, our international law department became the first institution that has accreditation from Nigerian law school.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it was a big achievement for us. I'm very happy about that, because approximately 35% of our students are from Nigeria, and it was very important. Also, as our department adapt itself for these students to have better chances. For example, Zimbabwe wants thesis for their from our students to have chance to have the license to work there. So we created the class thesis, and the students who want to graduate has to take the thesis and write a graduation project.
That's
So
very good to know. Yes.
yeah, we're applying that as well.
That's very good to know, especially this aspect as well about Zimbabwean. I'm very happy to hear that, as you mentioned, that we have accreditation for from Nigeria, which is very important for a big part of our students as well. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. Also, a little bit about more current situation, which I would specify as COVID-19 situation that has touched all of us, and especially the education part. So could you give some information about online classes of the last semester and how examination went through as well? Maybe there is some ideas about what will be done for the next semester, maybe differently, or everything was okay and it's gonna continue same as the last semester.
Well, as you mentioned, the COVID-19 pandemic showed us how fragile humanity is against Mother Nature. But the good side of the humanity is that we know how to adapt to new situations. So, nearest university showed how strong and organized institution we are, that we directly apply the online education system. So students didn't lose their last semester from their lives. Um, well, we also, as an international law department, we directly applied our online education system via such online applications like Zoom, Meet, Google, and I believe that this experience helped both to us, to lecturers, and to students as well. So this gives to students to work from their home, to use online applications much better, to get their assignments, presentations, and even exams online. I think this online education, with or without COVID-19, will continue for the next semester and next years. But I don't know how it will be. And probably it will be like percentage, 70 percentage in class, 30% online. But I believe that the online class system should continue.
That's good to know that, as you said, that we were so fast to update and adjust all the educational system and put everything what was doing regularly in the classes. Everything was just transferred to digital platform. Thanks as well to technologies and as well to specialists, the people, the team, and of course international law department team who was able to do it so fast and of course in a good quality matter.
Yeah. And also a point I forget, I just remember, Uzebeam did very good work on that. That students right now have chance to go back from the very first week of the class and find the documents from there. So all the 14 weeks documents are online there all the time. So students can find their documents and the ingredients, contents of the classes whenever they want. And it's usually not working the same way when we were teaching in the class.
That's very good because sometimes the students in some circumstances, some reasons, they sometimes cannot attend the class physically. So in this case, they always have a chance to get the information, get the subjects, and as well, even if it's not enough, they can read it twice or three times even. So very good.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Dr. Berkut. For the end, I would like to ask you your advice for our prospective students who would like to choose this program, and as of course for our current students, maybe who is thinking to continue their studies for master and PhD. So could you give some advice for prospective international law students?
Yes. First of all, I don't want to be repetitive, but my first advice is to have the passion, because without have willing to do, you cannot be good at anything. I mean, even if you're a football player, even if you're lawyer, whatever you are, you have to be good at it. That's why we live in this life. So I believe that people should find their passion. And from my experience, sometimes the students who graduate from high school might don't have idea what to do, and they choose a random subject to study. And I mean, it can happen. It's 18 years old people. They will have different ideas, but at that time I was lucky that I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer. So I had the passion about it. So first thing is to be willing what you are going to do. And after that, during the education, they have to work hard as well. But my last advice will be enjoy it, because if you are going to study in abroad, you are going to experience different culture, different country, meeting with new people, having another life apart from your family. And actually those will be the best years of their lives. So yeah, my advice will be enjoy it. It will be
Thank you
good.
so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Nabi Berkut. Thank you so much for joining us today, accepting our invitation. I hope it reached our viewers and gave them better understanding about the international law program and department itself. It was my pleasure to host this conversation today with you, and I wish you endless energy and ideas in your life and in your educational life. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your invitation and the program. It was my pleasure. It was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon, very soon again. It was Head of Department of International Law, Dr. Nabi Berkut. See you soon. Thanks to all our watchers, viewers. Thank you for joining us today. Do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions directly through our social media or our email address, which will be typed very soon at the bottom of the screen. You can see it now. Don't forget that at the moment we are having postgraduate scholarship admission, so do not miss a chance to get scholarship in the education that you would like to study. Let's be connected. On Thursday, again, we will have the guest honor, Professor Dr. Tulen Saner from the Faculty of Tourism and Hotel Management. Let's be connected. See you soon on Thursday.